She said the words like a sentence, not a breakup, a verdict. At least now you'll learn how to survive without my help. Those were her last words before she kissed the air between us, turned away, and disappeared into the crowd of her medical school graduation party. Her family watched her leave me standing there, humiliated, discarded, irrelevant. I remember the eyes more than her voice. Judge, jury, executioner. Her sister clinked her wineglass and leaned close enough for her whisper to slice through my chest. "You'll come crawling back. They always do." I didn't respond. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I only tapped my phone. The thrum of rotor blades cracked open the night. The ground shook. People screamed. Cameras lifted. A private helicopter descended onto the field beyond the party tents, the lights reflecting off every champagne glass and polished smile. My company's logo glowed across the fuselage like a crest carved into steel. That was the moment every expression changed. Shock, fear, recognition. It felt good, too good. But I did not linger in triumph. Revenge is never about the moment. It's about the foundation laid beneath it. I left without speaking a single word. I walked away from her confusion, her fear, her regret written across her face. I walked into the night knowing this wasn't the beginning. It was the final movement of a symphony I had been composing in silence. She had been growing colder for months. Not distant, strategic. The subtle withdrawals, the sudden pitying looks, the way she talked about my work as if it were childish or pathetic. "You should be grateful," she would say whenever I paid for anything. "I'm helping us rise. Helping us, not me." Then came the late-night messages, the quiet phone calls in the other room, the sudden obsession with appearance, not for me, but for someone else. I saw the signs. I just didn't want to believe them. Infidelity isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It slithers. A misplaced perfume, a second toothbrush that didn't belong, a text she locked her screen too fast to hide. And the worst one, the night she came home with sympathy in her eyes. "Love, your career doesn't have to be your identity. There are other ways to be successful." I heard what she didn't say. "You're not enough anymore." But I pretended I didn't see it. I smiled when she bragged about her medical school achievements. I nodded through her family's subtle insults. They thought they were speaking over me. But I am a man who listens. Deeply, quietly, surgically. I waited. Not because I wanted to save us, but because I needed the truth to reveal itself on my terms. I became careful, not suspicious, not paranoid, strategic. I started checking financial statements, travel receipts, work schedules, social media metadata. I didn't need to search for evidence. I only needed to observe. Patterns emerge when you stop being emotional. I tracked her calls. I saved the messages. I hired an investigator, discreet, precise. 2 weeks later, the report arrived in my inbox. Not full truth, just enough to confirm the direction. I didn't confront her. I let her treat me like the failure she believed I was. I let her family talk to me as if I were a temporary guest in their perfect medical dynasty. Her mother once said during dinner, "Some people just marry up. Nothing wrong with that." She smiled at me when she said it. I swallowed the rage. I smiled back. Not because I was broken, but because I was already building the escape route and the trap. My company valuation was nearing a major acquisition. She knew nothing about it. She didn't understand the silence, the meetings, the hours. She assumed I was sinking financially. Good. It all made sense, suddenly. Her confidence, her condescension, her decision to end us at her celebration, where she had the stage and the audience. She wanted a moment. I was preparing a future. The betrayal wasn't the worst part. It was who she betrayed me with. Her sister's fiancé. The same sister who whispered I would crawl back. The same man who shook my hand at Christmas and thanked me for taking care of her. The investigator handed me the file in a nondescript envelope. Photos, conversations, hotel receipts. I didn't feel anger, I felt calm, almost relief. I waited until morning. I brewed coffee. I left the documents on the kitchen island and sat at the table when she came downstairs. She looked at them. She knew instantly. Her knees almost buckled. "Listen, it's not wet, I know." Those were the only words I gave her. She cried. She begged. She tried to touch me. She tried to shift blame. She sobbed like the truth was drowning her. But I didn't move. I had already left her long before she ever spoke those final words at her party. I didn't take her back. I didn't argue. I didn't even ask why. I did something quieter. I transferred ownership of the villa to my new company subsidiary. I flew to Switzerland. I left my old life behind. A week later, I received a phone call. My daughter-in-law's voice screeched through the speaker. "If you want to come to Thanksgiving, you can scrub the dishes like everyone else." I almost laughed. "Enjoy." That was all I said. Then I sent the photos of my villa. The view, the glass walls, the infinity pool, the snow-capped Alps glistening like steel. My phone lit up. 53 missed calls. Then 71. Desperation always comes late. I didn't answer any of them. I didn't return to her party, her family, or her story. I didn't need to. The revenge was never in the helicopter, the villa, or the money. It was in the silence. It was watching her finally understand who she had thrown away. Some people think power is loud. They're wrong. Power is when you no longer need to prove anything. I walked away, detached and unburdened. Some betrayals destroy you. Others forge you into something colder. I didn't crush her with anger. I crushed her with truth, and I never looked back.